What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. You either get right or you get left. You in the BirdCage. It's official today. The Falcons finally pull off a win, which we definitely needed, and still keep the playoff chances alive. So, without further ado, without further delay, we're going to go ahead and open up the Partyline line. So, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and do our thing with it. But before we do that, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for us so we can make sure that we have everything in order so we can continue to keep bringing you the hot news, which is these birds will take this win. It's the BirdCage. It's official. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Well, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You already know what time it is. You either get right or you get left. You're in the BirdCage with your boy, the historian. We getting ready to do this thing right now and open this thing up to everybody to jump in because definitely it was a much needed win today after all of the misery that we've gone through with the Falcons within these past couple of weeks. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my guy Graybeard once his computer screen is up. But also, what I'm going to do for you guys while I'm sitting here waiting, if you're on Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and post the link for you guys. So if we can't see your comments, instead of us seeing Facebook user, we're going to go ahead and give you that comment link so we can make sure that we can see your comments and actually acknowledge you today. So I just posted that and all of the links for everything else. So got to bring in my guy, Graybeard. It was definitely a great win. What's going on, Graybeard?
Oh, man, what's going on? What's going on, BirdCage family? Welcome to the much-needed Partyline edition of this Sunday, man. Great win, great win. Hey, man, make sure you put that like and subscribe button on, man, to give you the premium ATL content. But much-needed win, overall good win for our Birds, man, to keep our playoff hope alive. There, Mr. Historian, how you feeling?
Hey, man, good as I can feel, man, because at the end of the day, I look at it like this. We definitely needed that to happen. And right now, we're getting help today. That's something that we've needed. We're actually getting help. The Saints lost. Minnesota is losing right now, 30-24 right now. So that definitely helps out the Falcons. Now we need Jacksonville to go ahead and take care of business because once that happens, the Falcons are right back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, man. I mean, we needed some things to fall in our favor, but first thing first, man, we needed to handle business on our own, which was getting the dub against the Colts, man. So we got that going on. The Lions are trying to freaking win out their division, which they haven't won in like 30 years, which is crazy.
Well, you got to remember the last time they won was when Barry Sanders was doing his thing for the Lions
Oh
back in the
yeah,
day. So if you
Herman
gonna go
Moore,
to it,
right?
dog, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, this was back in the day when things were a little bit different, and the Lions had a team back in the day. The
Right.
problem was they ran up against that buzzsaw of a Washington Redskins team that put them out because remember they knocked out Dallas, who won the Super Bowl the next year.
Yes,
So
they did.
anything can possibly happen if you get to the playoffs. That's how I'm
Oh,
looking at it right now.
yeah, man. The playoffs are a different league, man. It's a whole different ball game. Everybody back to hero. Because you never know, man. I only take that one good hot team, which we don't see it don't happen. You watched it with the Arizona Cardinal when they went their historic run all the way to the Super Bowl. You
Exactly.
look at the Giants, how they got hot just at the right moment to knock off not once but twice the New England Patriots. So it can happen. You just got to make it to the dance.
What's going on, Prince? Shout out to that guy, Prince Shaka. You right. We brought a six-pack today, and we ain't talking about no beer. We talking about that six-pack of a sack on Gardner Minshew. So what's
Defense
going
played well,
on?
man.
What's going on, user? I'm gonna go ahead and post this link again. So if you're seeing your comment as a Facebook user, go ahead and click that link so we can go ahead and acknowledge who you are. So I posted that again, so it's gonna show up on Facebook as well for you guys. So just wanted to make sure that we had that. So let's get to it. Taylor Heineke didn't turn the ball over today. That was huge. That was huge.
Very
So,
huge.
I mean, just think about it, man. We've had 16 turnovers this year, and 6 of them came in the red zone. So now that we didn't turn over the ball in the red zone, we put ourselves in a position to continue to just strive to get points. Because if you looked at it, we had one, maybe 2 or 3 possessions where we didn't get points, but we ended up getting points today. 2 touchdowns should have been had opposed to field goals. The one to Bijan Robinson in the corner, and then also the one to Van Jefferson when he literally was behind that cornerback
You
earlier.
just need to put a little bit more air on there.
Yeah, that's what I said in the chat. If you remember earlier, I said if he would have taken some of the steam off of it, I honestly believe that's walk-in 6. But that comes with having time in with these guys. This guy's coming off the bench again, as he did in Tennessee. And for him to come off the bench and have, the numbers that he had today, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, and he had a quarterback rating of 99. Not bad for a guy coming off the bench. Not bad coming off the bench or whatnot. And it looks like Green Bay is actually holding on right now. It's 33-30, but Carolina is still driving, trying to get some stuff. So we have 4. No, I'm not gonna say it's crazy. I honestly knew when they brought in Jesse Bates, the type of player that they were going to bring in. You're talking about the leadership that's on this defense. Lando stepped up big.
Yeah,
Lando has stepped up big since Trey Anderson was hurt. Now, here's my suggestion, as I said earlier. You don't mess with the linebacker core. You make Trey Anderson one of your edge rushers. Don't make him a linebacker. Let him go get the quarterback. Let him contain the outside, because with the speed and the athleticism, once we get a Trey Anderson back on a defense like this, Zach Harrison has made his presence known within these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he did.
I felt like Zach Harrison was going to be another Javon Curse type of player, and he's been that. He has definitely been that type of player. So I really feel as if the defense is taking shape. We just need the offense to go ahead and manifest just like the defense has.
Well,
So
I mean, we can manifest by sticking to what we known for us to do best, which is run the freaking ball. I mean, if you look at it, when we run the football effectively, line, good things happen. You look at how Tyler Algier got it going. You look at Bijan Robinson doing the thing. PP with 2 crucial third down conversion which kept the drive alive for us to get points, man. When you literally just let these boys run the football the way they do against the offensive line, which did pretty well today. And I mean, if you let that happen, man, good thing can happen, man. Not only that, you helping out the defense, letting them catch their win, let them get fresh on the offensive side, and you know what the defense gonna do. Bankhead, got no boys just playing out of their mind. This season, so man, we just need to compliment like you can. We need to
Hold up.
compliment the defense with good offense.
Well, we're bringing William, man. William,
What's
William,
going
I
on?
know you're not calling in on
uh,
the show on a hospital
whoa,
gurney.
whoa, whoa,
Bruh,
whoa,
No, no,
whoa,
no, you
I
good.
know you're not calling in on a hospital
no,
gurney.
No,
bro,
you
yeah,
good, man.
but now first and foremost, are you good?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I had pneumonia, man. But
Yeah,
thank God, I'm alright though, man. I'm
yeah,
alright. I ain't gonna be that
Prayers up
long.
to you, bro, because
yeah, man,
we definitely, want you to be all right for the season, man, and
yeah,
with
man,
the family and everything. So just take care of
Yeah,
yourself out there, man.
yeah.
Seriously.
Real talk.
yeah.
I just got over it myself.
I had pneumonia all in my lungs, man. That ain't nothing to joke with, man.
Yeah.
For real. But I ain't gonna be that long though. All I'm saying is defense did good. The offense, they gotta step up moving forward though.
Uh,
I think we lost Will. Oh
you
no,
good,
we
Now
man?
got him.
you
We got
good.
him.
Now my sister calling me. But overall, though, man, I'm proud of the team. We just gotta keep stacking these wins, take one game at a time, and just win out. That's all I got to say.
Hey, man,
Hey,
get
we
well soon, my
appreciate you
guy.
chiming in, dog. We just need you to
Yeah,
get better, man.
Yeah, man, get
Seriously,
well
get better,
soon, my
bro.
guy.
Yeah,
Happy
man.
holiday.
What's going on? You all
yeah,
right?
what's going on? Yeah, man, I had pneumonia, man. All in my
Oh
lungs,
man,
man.
we're
Yeah,
Yeah,
gonna pray for you. We're gonna pray for you on
yeah,
this
man.
holiday
Hey, man.
season, man.
Yeah, man, get
oh
well
yeah, most
soon, my guy.
definitely. Most definitely. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let y'all go ahead and take the show. But I was checking in. I love y'all boys. Keep doing y'all thing.
Hey, man,
Hey
much
man,
love
we
to you,
love
my
Yeah.
you
guy,
too,
man.
William,
Get
Yeah,
man.
well
You
man.
soon,
stay
All right.
man.
strong over there, brother.
Good.
All right.
Well, get well, man.
Man, that's
No, I
what you
just
call true dedication, boy. You know
Yeah.
what? Ooh,
Hey,
my
man.
man got pneumonia in the hospital bed,
Yeah,
shouting
I
out
had
the
it.
words.
I
Now,
had
see,
it.
they can't never question that man's loyalty because that dude
No,
called in
no.
from a hospital bed.
yeah.
But
I
K
mean,
Dub, what it is, family.
I just wanted to check in. I mean, BirdCage listen subscribers. I met JOB, but I just wanted to congratulate the Falcons on getting the win. But we kind of in the situation where we want a new coach, so it's kind of like bittersweet. But I mean, happy. So, but we'll just see how we go if we can get into those playoffs because we do want to get into the playoffs as a fan of the Falcons and as a
mhm.
supporter of the city of Atlanta. So, I just wish for the best for the franchise. I do wish we still go get a quarterback to add to whatever quarterback room we're going to have next season. And I just wanted to call in to say, hey, look, man, hey, look, I'm still always Birdcage official, and say what's up and Merry Christmas to all our listeners, subscribers, and followers out there. If you haven't heard it, you heard it from the Birdcage here first. Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man. Be safe out there when you're on the road going home, and just get your money today, man. Get that money from them people today.
Yeah, man, sure. Good to
Double
see you.
time.
Good to see you, Great Beard, and his story. I like the background. I love it. It's good to see y'all guys on
Hold on,
Christmas
I'll
Eve,
move
man.
out the way so you can see it. Hold up. Ooh,
The
holiday.
holiday birds, baby. The
Yes, sir.
holiday bird. Yeah, I
So
love it. I love it.
I almost was tempted to wear my Christmas shirt, my backdoor Santa shirt, because Santa Claus
Christmas.
just backdoored everybody just now for the Falcon fan base today,
We
which was
needed it.
awesome with a win.
We
So,
needed
I
that.
almost pulled that out today, but I said, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep the long sleeve shirt on today and keep it kosher. And shout out to Ice Cold Gaming coming through as usual, whatnot. If you're a gamer, go ahead and check that out. Definitely check out my brother Kevin Golden, aka Nike the Barber. He also cuts hair too. So if you ever in Duval County, look him up on Booksy. So shout out to my big brother. Now getting back to it, man. 'Tis the season, as we say. And when we say talking about the Falcons or whatnot at this point, we see a lot of consistent quarterback play today. We saw that. Might have saw some risks that were taken, but we saw a lot of great decisions made by Taylor Heineke. Do you gentlemen think that Taylor Heineke has been in a situation where he was a bit rusty when he came off the bench and he just played bad in the Tennessee game? And this was a game for him to step up into a clutch moment to where he could possibly solidify a job net for next year?
Yeah, I think so, man. I just think, when we made Ritter the starting quarterback from just not looking at him in preseason at all, he just literally just rode the bench. We just got glimpse of Clayton Heineken. I don't think he was used to with the first team or offense or whatever case, not getting that continuity, not building rhythm with the wide receivers and whatever the case. So yeah, I think it was a little bit of a rust. But I think he played fairly well today. I think Arthur Smith did okay job of playing with the play calling and not putting too much on his plate, allowing him to change the play at the line of scrimmage. If he recognized him, he didn't like, let him giving him that power to change the play, whatever the case, so we can get a better option out there. And I just think he got better over the course of the game with continuity with Drake London, with Kyle Pitt, with John Smith, and with Jefferson and the rest of the wide receiver crew. So yeah, I think he made a case for it. I just don't think Heineke is the long term answer. I still agree with K Dub, man. I still think we need to go for a QB in the draft
Mhm.
or in free agency. But I just think for right now he's a good stop back quarterback for what we have right now. And we can't make a push for the playoffs.
I mean,
Agreed.
he's good for the right now. Is that's what
Mhm.
Graybeard is insinuating on. I mean, I just feel like he's more of the risk taker that we need. I mean, I just feel like Desmond Ritter. Sometimes he just makes ill-advised mistakes. He doesn't have the tutelage and the years of experience to lean on in certain situations, in game situations. So that's why you see a better option in Toyota Heineke at the moment. So what we have to do is just get through the rest of the games we have left, like he was saying, and to be a stopgap quarterback. I'm not sure who we keep next year. I don't know if we keep Desmond or if we keep Heineke to be our backup, but we definitely do need to move in the direction of drafting the quarterback pretty high. I was in sentiment of taking one late, but I'm at the point where we need to use our draft capital to go up and go get us a quarterback because our defense looks like if you give them time, if you don't have them on the field all day, they're pretty lights out.
I
Oh
agree
yeah,
with you on that. And the
oh
thing that
yeah,
I was going to add to that was this: when you look at it, Taylor Heineke, was a guy that was undrafted. When he got his number called, it was in a playoff game, so he
yeah,
had nothing to lose. And we all remember that playoff game against Tom Brady and Tom Brady and the Bucks. And if you remember, he gave the Bucks all they could handle with that defense.
yeah. He
Because
did.
honestly, if the Commanders would have beaten the Bucks that night, they literally might have had the momentum to ride it all the way out to the dance and possibly even beat the Chiefs. And
Yeah,
I know that sounds crazy, but when you look at it, it's all about once you get in, do you get hot and do you stay hot? And he's a guy that always gets hot around the end of the season. It's always been like that for him. And for him being and a lot of people don't know much about him, local kid, Gatorade Player of the Year. As a high schooler coming out of Collins Hill, same school that produced Travis Hunter, the two-way player that's at Colorado, and he goes to Old Dominion, balls out, and literally is the offensive player of the year for that conference twice, and he still doesn't get undrafted, which is criminal. But at the same time, when you give him options and you give him a chance to look downfield and actually go through his progressions, he's actually hitting the receivers. Now, the only issue I had with him was him throwing the passes. Some of those passes were behind him. Like Pitts made an incredible catch early
Yeah,
in the beginning of the game
yeah. He
where he
did.
had to reach back and pull it in. But that's the professional in that wide receiver right there. He didn't blame him. None of the receivers blamed him. They played for him. So Taylor Heineke, in my opinion, had a very good game. We just need that momentum to go ahead and continue because next week we get a Chicago team, even though they're not going to make the playoffs and they're not that good, they still have a lot of momentum to be a spoiler for a lot of teams for the rest of the season. We get through Chicago, all the marbles are on the table when we go to New Orleans against them stinking bagheads.
Because the Lions just held off against the Minnesota Vikings. So they just clinched their division for the first time in 3 decades.
we just got to be careful of the trap game situation because I mean it should look like a game that we should win, and it could be more like that Carolina game if we're not aware. So what we need to do is go in with the same kind of focus we had this week because that defense was flying and getting after the quarterback. So we need to keep that same sentiment of your jobs on the line, defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, head coach, put that fire up under the whole organization
Agreed.
I don't care. I don't give a damn if Arthur Blank stand on the sideline the whole damn game. Look here, you get fired after this. Keep on playing around and keep trying to lose, and you get fired today. So I kind of like that pressure because they came out and they prepared like it, and we had a better game plan today against a very decent football team that's better than what the record that we had.
And here's the crazy part about the whole thing. Now, with them having a better record for them having a better record than we had or whatnot, you also have to, damn, you ignorant, man. Just ignorant. It's ignorant. But it's
I
all
just
good.
realized.
But getting back to that point though, as you said before, I really see the Falcons being in a situation to where you've got to continue to lean on this running game. When you get cute with your offense, you pretty much put yourself in bad positions. If you see all three of those backs generated a little over 200 yards rushing together by themselves. Now we're excluding the run that Taylor Heineke had where he picked up that first. But when you have CP rolling, Tyler Algier rolling, and you have Bijan rolling, it's a beautiful thing because, like we said earlier, when you're in a spot to where you can have momentum, you beat these guys up with Tyler Algier. You beat them up with Cordell Patterson. You let Bijan Robinson tire their asses out and then give it to Algier to run them over in the red zone. That was a beautiful play calling mixture. Even though it was beautiful, I feel like it's too little too late with Arthur Smith. That's just my opinion on that. Regardless of us winning, and it's always good to win. I don't give a damn. I love to win. I don't like losing, but I just feel like it's a little too late to try to salvage that because you've had opportunities to do what you've done today. So I'm glad that you helped us win this game. You kept the playoff hopes alive in the city. Let's hope that Jacksonville can go ahead and handle business and just give us that second round pick. Just go ahead and give it to us because we know Ridley finna have a hell of a day today against Tampa.
No, I think we'll get that pick from Jacksonville. We'll get that pick from Jacksonville.
Oh yeah.
But we're just fighting, like I said, we're fighting for just for the city itself. I mean, I feel like do your best to win out. Do your best to win out. I don't want to say go out there and lose your games for the draft position and stuff. We have enough draft picks for draft capital to move up and do what we need to do. So I say go out and put your best foot forward and see what the cards may lay at. If we're in the playoffs, we're in the playoffs. It'd be a great thing for the city. Even if we don't go in there and make any noise, but it's just good to be invited to the party instead of just not being invited to the party the last 6, 7 years I've been. So I just feel like it's a good move into the future. We take our quarterback. I feel like our defense. You can always add pieces to it. The defense looks pretty good. The young pass rushers seem to be developing at a slower pace than we thought, but they are coming alive. I heard names like Ebiketie. I heard Zach Harrison. I heard those names today. So that was a bright spot in my mind that the defense is moving forward. That we get the play calling and the right offense moving forward, and we'll be in great shape. I just feel like we got some good things going forward in the future, but right now we have to deal with what we have right
Now, here's the thing that I'm going to say. I said it earlier this year when everything was going on. I honestly said Zach Harrison should have got more burn earlier this year so he can also get into the swing of things with being able to play all 4 quarters or at least be in a rotation with this defensive line. I felt like they didn't do him any justice, and now you're waiting to play him at the end of the season where this guy could have been a major contributor to us when before Anyamata went down, before Grady went down, and that could have been a guy that could have been in the rotation so that he didn't have to get used to the speed of the game. He would have already been acclimated to what we were doing on defense, and it wouldn't have been such a long term because he and Ebiketie could have literally been problem makers for the last couple of games we had. That's just my thing. So the good thing was both sides of the ball on the line of scrimmage dominated. I felt like that was the key to today. Defensive line dominated, offensive line dominated, minus the penalties we had. And again, as we always preach, control the line of scrimmage. And that is how you win ball games. And that was a testament of what happened today.
now. Yeah,
Coach Cam.
exactly. Go ahead, Cam. We know where your heart is.
Well, y'all know how I feel about it. So Detroit won today, so that helps us out a lot. But we are waiting to see what Jacksonville does with Tampa tonight. But overall, this is something that I've been saying for the last three to 4 weeks. Run the damn ball. Because you see what happens when you run the ball. Teams are not equipped to constantly take the pounding that we give teams on a constant basis when you run Algier, you run CP, and then you let Bijan do what he does. So
Mhm.
once you get that running game going, you see the lanes that it gave Heineke today. And the one guy that I've had a love hate relationship with since we got him was Kyle Pitts, and we've all seen what he's done the last 3 weeks. If
Mhm.
you give this man a one-on-one situation, he's gonna win 90% of the time. If Tyler Heineke throws that ball in front of him and not behind him, that's a walk-in touchdown. So when we're able to get our receivers going and the run game is going,
Mm, mm, mm.
this team is a hard team to beat. We're a hard out because you're not gonna put up points on this defense. So you're going to have to get your points where you can. And I don't know what's going on with Cool, but good God, if this man don't get back to form, he got to go right along with Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone.
He only
I
missed.
can't.
Hold up. I ain't finna let you jump on Cool like that because that man carried these Falcons all season.
No, I
Everybody
get
hit.
that.
No, hell
No, no,
no.
no.
Uh-oh.
No. He hit
The
a
last
slump.
3 weeks, brother.
But here's the thing. But think about it. He's hit a slump. He's carried this team when Desmond Ritter was floundering. Let's talk about it, Cam. If you want to go there, this man had 7. This man led the league in individual points by the middle of the season with
196.
72. He's only
196.
missed 4 or 5 field goals this year. And then after his mulligan that he had in this game, he got hot and didn't miss anything. So don't bash him because the man was clutch and hitting his field goals. The penalty on a mere speed is what put us in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Former Georgia Bulldog, former Sandalwood Saint, my old high school. That's where he came out of. But he gave us literally a touchdown that helped us pretty much keep that momentum going because the way that the Colts defense played in that first series, they were coming. And Koo is a guy that we need to have confidence. Period.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
we
I feel
can't
like
ride
No,
on him like
no,
that,
no.
bro.
no, I feel no.
I feel like his confidence is shaking over the last couple of weeks because when he even before the penalty came up, if you look
Thank you,
at the
Bree.
way, if you look at the way that he comes up to the ball and sets himself up, it's almost like he's doubting himself. You know what I mean? So I'm
And
not saying that he's a bad kicker. What I'm saying that is his confidence has been shaken. And once the kicker's confidence has been shaken, it's a very hard thing to get back.
not really. And I'm
I
gonna
just
tell
feel
you
like
why. It's just like
his fundamentals. Got to get back to his fundamentals, man. He's a very good kicker. Like you said, Brian said he had a back
a
injury, so
back injury.
that could throw your fundamentals off. I think he get back to his fundamentals because kicking is more fundamental than anything. So you got to get back to your basic, what he normally does, and get back to his routine. I think we'll see a better crew.
And shout out to them boys in Georgia Southern. They did that thing in the bowl game, doing that thing. So shout out to those boys. Cool is alumni of that school. So, but all I'm saying is this, Cam. I'm not gonna trash the man that's been clutch for us all year. You can't do it because we wouldn't even be in a position to even talk playoffs if it wasn't for Cool when this offense stalled like a 68 Pinto.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
being
I
real
no,
with you, man,
I
dog.
agree with you, brother, because the man has scored 196 points for this team. The closest person to him is Bijan, where like I believe is like 94 or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's no
And
one even close to Cool. What I'm saying is when you have chippies like that, you can't miss those.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
true.
True.
That's what
Very
I'm saying.
true.
I'm not
But
saying
hold on. But
I'm
here's a
not
question
bashing
for
the
you. Now you
man.
say you're not supposed to miss those, but let's talk about it. A Hall of Fame kicker and Morton Anderson who kicked for us. We sent Jacksonville to their first playoffs in damn 1996 when he missed a chip shot, and he ain't missed all year. So it's not just this man. We've seen clutch kickers miss when the game was on the line. Mike Vanderjagt when he was with the Colts.
Yeah,
Vanderjagt missed it and sent the Pittsburgh Steelers on. So we've
yeah.
seen guys that are Hall of Fame caliber kickers and that are clutch, and they've missed game-winning field goals. Matt Bryant was money, but if you remember when he first got to Atlanta, he was shaky as
Yeah.
a stripper in church.
Yeah.
And that's before he got his confidence up. We weren't calling him Money Mac when he first got here, if you remember that. So
No, we wasn't.
I can't bash Cool like that because Cool, out of the Arthur Smith tenure since
Get out
he's
of here,
been
y'all.
here, he's
See y'all later.
been clutch. Been very clutch.
All right, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. All my listeners and subscribers, Merry Christmas, everybody. Getting out of here.
All right, big dog.
So let's get back to it. We gotta run the ball outside of Cool being clutch for us because we're gonna need him down these last couple of games. And outside of these last couple of games, you still have the playoffs too, a possibility. The way that things are shaping up, hey, the division is gonna come down to New Orleans and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans already lost.
Yep.
We're hoping that the Bucks lose because here's the thing: we're the only two with the last two. We're the last two in the division with a division game, and it's gonna decide it. So us going into New Orleans, Cool has got to be clutch, and outside of Cool being clutch, we've got to lean on this running game that we had today. Period. Got to attack Chicago like that next week because it's going to be freezing cold. The winds are going to be really bad in Chicago, and we've got to have Cool mentally stable, and then you also have to have this offensive line and this running game going because neither one of these quarterbacks we have is used to playing in high wind conditions like Chicago.
No.
And I want us to carry that momentum into next week because I know we can beat Chicago. I know. Play good defense, run the football, and hey, don't turn over the ball. And do not let Justin Fields get hot.
No.
That's the main thing.
And
Bring a six. Hey, tell the defense to bring a 6-pack like they did this week.
I'm gonna say this for anyone who's been trashing the defense. This defense,
we
this defense,
on here trashing, bro.
This defense
Stop
is
it,
the
man.
last
You saying stop it, Glenn? You're saying stop it, but you know I'm not lying.
I know.
We've had. Think about it. The last couple of games, people tried to blame the defense for losing games.
True.
Defense only held, and defense is doing their job. They weren't tired. The offense sustained drives today. That was clutch. And you see what happens when you have a fully rested defense that can finish out a game that's not tired. Jesse Bates was clutch at the end with that pick.
Yeah, because we got point off the turnover too.
Exactly. So here's the thing: for everyone who was talking bad about the defense, look at the statistics. This defense is the last NFL defense to give up a all opening score in the NFL, and it took week 16 for it to happen. We gave up 10 points after the first drive. We gave up a field goal. So the defense is the catalyst to this team. When the offense is hitting on all drives, do you see how much better that defense plays because they get to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback? Yep. Zach Harrison has played in 3 games. The last 2 games, the man has 4 sacks. 4. So
Cam, what did I call him I want y'all to go ahead and what did I call Zach Harrison when we drafted him? What did I say about him? Not just that. I said he's pretty much the second coming of Javon Curse. Everybody laughed at me when I said that.
I just said that's a bold statement.
Say again?
I just said it was a bold statement.
You chuckled and you said it was a bold statement, but you remember I told you, I said it wasn't a fluke in that Georgia game because half those linemen that was on that team that helped Georgia win the championship in 2022 literally are in the NFL right now starting. Now that dude was eating in that game. Made Stetson Bennett uncomfortable, was a problem in the running game. And you're talking about a top-tier offense that was number one in the, pretty much number one in the SEC last year. And this man was literally dominating them in that Peach Bowl. That man has been dominant since day one. His numbers might not show it because he didn't have the sacks and everything else. But if you watch the film, he was a guy that was disruptive and very hard to block. And to me, I feel like we got the best out of the deal by getting him at the round that we did, because if he had the numbers to match what he did on film, he definitely would have been really drafted in the first round.
Yeah, late. He would have been like a mid-first rounder, early second round pick.
Put it this way. NFL loves 2 things. They love quarterbacks and they love pass rushers because that puts asses in seats and that brings money in. You think about it. You look at Khalil Mack for the years that he dominated. Look at the jersey sales. You look at J.J. Watt right now in Pittsburgh, still top jersey sales. You're
Top
looking
three.
at the quarterbacks, of course, you know they're
TJ.
going to sell. But Zach Harrison coming into this defense and the way that we play, and you bring Trey Anderson back off injury next year, that's going to be a serious problem.
I
Yep.
agree.
Because
And
the
like
one
I
thing
said, Trey
about
don't need to be a linebacker. He needs to be an edge rusher,
and
just like Harrison. And you got
because
Ebiketie.
the thing with Zach Harrison, he's 6'5", 320, and he runs I believe it's a 4.46 or something like that.
No. He's not 320. He's 270.
Okay, so they say
Yeah,
Mark
he's
Stern
under
was
300 pounds.
Mark
He's,
Stern
I'm
was
sorry, about
Mark
two.
Stern was on one then.
Yeah.
Mark Stern was on one. He said it was 320, but
No, he's about two. He's about two in between two. He's in between 260, 270 because he had to gain a little bit of weight because he came in at two. And remember, he came in at 255 when he came into the draft or whatnot. So he's got grown man weight to go along with that speed now.
Okay.
So 6'5", the man, he gets you with his speed, and then he turns it into power. And there was at least 6 plays today that I counted where it easily could have been a sack on his side of the ball. They ended up having to double team this man, and he was still creating havoc on that side of the ball. So when you bring back a Grady, you bring back Anyamata, you bring Troy Edison on the other side of that with Calais Campbell. I mean, it's looking up from here for the defensive line. Now, the one thing that we have to worry about is what's going to happen with Jake Matthews, because in the fourth quarter he got rolled up on and he was limping very heavily.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing that game.
So
yeah,
I don't. That's what I'm kind of leery of, because who we gonna put there? Because last week when he was out, we all saw his replacement was getting beat like a government mule. And if we gonna win this game, the run game, it depends on Jake Matthews. Because if we watch it, Jake Matthews was a big piece of the run game today, creating a lot of holes and sealing off runs where Bijan was running.
Yeah.
So that's something that we're going to need, because the run game was, on fire today. And y'all see my name. It says Far Arthur Smith. This is probably the best game he's called since the Green Bay game. And I would say that this is his best called game since Green Bay. And it's only because of that, because now his feet is being held to the fire.
Unfortunately, Tampa's up 10-0 right now.
Yep.
So right now we gotta hope that Jacksonville does the right thing today. I'll just say that. But again, we can't, like I said, we wouldn't be in a situation hoping and praying if we would have handled business. But hey, it is what it is. This is the spot that we in. It's still a long football game. The game ain't over with. You never know what's gonna happen, because the Colts jumped out on us 7-0, and you see we came back and won this game by double digits. So again, still a lot of football left to be played in that game. I'll say this. I really believe that we're one of the toughest teams if we were to get in. Nobody wants to play Atlanta in that first game. I've heard Eagle fans up here in Philly say it. I've heard Cowboy fans say it, because they know that you got to go to Atlanta. And no, Atlanta is not a hostile environment, but the team is hostile because they play better at home than they do on the road. And that's one of the worst things that you would have to deal with playing a fired up Atlanta team that's got a little bit of confidence right now. And you got some guys playing for their job right now.
Absolutely correct.
So that's the worst thing you could do, and the worst scenario for any team that's in that NFC East, because it's either going to be Dallas or it's going to be Philly that's going to have to play. So that's pretty much what that bracket is for anybody who wins this NFC South division. You got to play somebody from the big bad NFC East.
And then on top of that, when we have a lead, when the defense, like Cam get it back, when we have a lead, the defense plays so much better, because all they gonna do is be like, "Hey man, we about to hunt. We about to hunt the entire game," and that's exactly what we did when we got the lead. So I hope we just follow that blueprint onto Chicago and follow the same thing. You don't need to change that. Just make a little minor adjustment. All you have to do is run the football. when we have over 200 yards of total rushing offense against any team, nine out of 10 chance we're gonna win the game. Only thing about it, the only thing that hurt us is our own play calling because we like to get cute.
Agreed. And here's the
So
thing.
you
So
went from 52 rushing yards last week
yeah.
to over 200 this week.
It had to be done. Come on.
So we got so just to let y'all know, we got this thing wide open for you guys. We talk all the time, every week, and it's just what it is, man. And so here's the thing. So, like I said, I just sent the link. So if you want to come in here and chop it up with us, you can in the party line. The party line. We call this the party line lounge right here. So this is where all the players hang it right here. All the players, the ballers, and people that win. You know, we tired of going to the church or whatever. We tired of drinking holy water.
I'm just
gonna keep it a buck with you. But all I'm saying is now, looking at everything that is ahead of the Falcons right now, we really don't control our own destiny anymore.
No,
we really don't. Because here's the thing: if Tampa wins today,
we're done.
We're done.
Yeah, because they beat us in the game that mattered. Now, what didn't help us is losing to Carolina. Now, if we'd beat Carolina, we wouldn't be in a situation where if they win, they got the division, or you know what I'm saying? It literally would have been a tie. But either way, like I said, we still can get some help. So even if Tampa wins the division, we got to hope for a lot of people to lose out for us to slide in. So it's not done. It ain't over with yet. So
I still like to control our own destiny, though. I hate putting it in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, so like what Detroit wins today, if Jacksonville wins, it puts us in a way better position over the last 2 weeks. But again, Jacksonville's down 10-0 right now, so it's looking. I wouldn't say bad, but it ain't looking good. But again, this team is easily an 11-win team. We've lost 4 games that we should have won.
We should have.
Let's be real about it. Let's just be real about it.
We should have had about 12 wins this season.
That's what I'm saying. This is easily an 11-win team because we lost to Carolina, we lost to Washington, and we lost to what's the other team that we lost to?
Arizona. We lost
to Arizona and Minnesota. Lost to Washington. We've lost to Jacksonville. We also have we lost to the Tennessee Titans as well.
We lost to Minnesota.
Yep, and then we also lost, and like I said, we got 8 losses on the season. That were obtainable wins.
We should have 3. Let's just be real about it. We should have 3.
True. We should have had 3 or 4. I give you 3. I give you 4, Matt.
No. I'll say this here. I really believe that we're in a position where the thing is, we outcoached ourselves in a lot of these games.
Yeah, we did.
Seriously. We've literally outcoached ourselves. We've let other people just beat us up at the line of scrimmage. And when I say outcoached ourselves, we literally allowed teams to have their way with us. And that's a problem. If you're going to try to be a championship team, you really can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
If we're going to be a championship team, man, we need to have an identity, something that we can go to. When anything goes bad, we need to have that go-to style that we know going to work to get back momentum. And every time we get momentum, we either losing on a turnover, we're losing on a penalty, or we're losing on a horrible play calling by the play caller. So, I mean,
and that's the whole thing. When we sit back and we look at it, it's only so many things that we can sit there and cry and complain about, but again, the only beatdown that we really took this year was Detroit.
Yeah,
Detroit gave us a beatdown this year. Just like my guy Nathan Smith said. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. Detroit is the team that gave us a beatdown this year, and we could have. And here's the thing: I really believe we could have beaten them, but the problem was we got cute with what we were trying to do because we were hanging with them at first, and then the collapse.
The Wolves. They made us a one dimension football team when they start getting points And with Austin Smith panic and just start trying to force the ball, and we really didn't get in no type of rhythm passing wise. Matter of fact, I don't think we really got in. This might be the first time I actually seen our passing game in rhythm
Yes,
consistently the
agreed.
And here's the other thing.
entire season.
We lost to a Washington Commanders team in a close game that we shouldn't have lost to those guys in. Period. That was a game that, I feel like if we had that game back, we would get that back, or that Bucks game where we gave up the touchdown at the end of the game. I really believe that
The
was
Vikings.
really the undoing mentally of this team. But maybe here's the question. And I'm gonna pose the question to the viewers that's out here right now. Do you guys really believe that possibly the team might have been tired of Desmond Ridder and they wasn't playing for him? Because if you notice, it was a little bit more urgency with Taylor Heineke under center than it's been with Desmond Ridder.
I mean,
And I'm not saying this to start a controversy. I'm asking an honest question and an honest assessment. Do you believe that Desmond Ridder lost that locker room with all the rah-rah speeches and the piss poor play that he might have had, and they were ready for a change, and it might be too late to have that change, but instead of pulling Heineke after one game, do you think we should have stuck with him? So that's a loaded question. So I'm gonna let you answer the first part about the locker room, Glenn, and then and Coach Cam, you can answer the next part.
I think there was some frustration. To say there wasn't no frustration, that would be a false statement. Yeah, they were getting tired, especially how the defense was just keeping us in ball game after game after game. Either they give us a turnover that we needed, or they give us a crucial stop that we needed, and then we'll just get the ball offensively. Either we'll turn it over or get a quick 3 and out, and it just deflates the whole entire team. So I can see that happening. I can see the team just pretty much being like, look, man, something got to give, something got to change. And whether or not Arthur Smith pulled the trigger too soon or too late, I think so. I just think he should have just stuck with Heineke a little while longer, because like I said, you just can't put, except for the game he got hurt. He had to come out. And kept the game against Arizona where he got hurt. Yeah, he had to come out. But I think pulling the trigger on Heineke, he didn't get continuity with the first team. He didn't get no type of rhythm with the wide receivers and whatever case. That's why he looked at it as bad as he did. But I just think right now it might be a little bit too late. We don't know yet. Right now it's in the hands of whoever comes out of Jacksonville and Tampa. So I just think moving forward, man, I just think if Arthur Smith comes back, which I hope not, but if he does, that man has to have a proper quarterback battle, not before camp and during camp. He had to be like, look, either these two quarterbacks right here are going to give us the best opportunity to win football game, and you just can't bench one during the whole preseason and hoping he's gonna come out fresh in week one. You gotta get that man some touches.
Well, it was nothing like, and I'm gonna let Cam go, but I'm gonna say it like this: ain't nothing like beating a dead horse, because we definitely beat a dead horse today with them Colts. I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's the truth. Because defensively, it was just bad. Like for them, I gotta give them credit for this. They got one of the best linebacker corps in the league, and that showed today.
Oh, they fast.
Even though they did not win that game,
they fast.
Look at how all three of those linebackers were from sideline to sideline. Now we understand why Leonard was let go. Leonard was a bad boy, but they let him go before his prime ended, and they still could get something for him. And you got three young linebackers in there that's flying around like it's like their hair was on fire the whole game, period. So you have to respect the fact that they're building something there. It ain't perfect right yet. This is a first-year coach that they have, and they damn near have a playoff team in that division. And the division they're playing in is not an easy division. The AFC South has started to become a bloodbath now in the NFL. You got to respect it. And you look at the quarterbacks that they have in that division, Trevor Lawrence, and then you have Anthony Richardson once he gets back off of injury. And then you have C.J. Stroud in Houston. Tennessee right now is the bottom feeder. If you look at everything, Tennessee is going to be the bottom feeder. And we lost to the bottom feeder.
Yeah, we did.
beat a Houston team early in the season when they were still trying to figure things out. At this point, this is a time that you don't want to play Houston because the game is slowed down for C.J. Stroud somewhat. And now you really can just, how can I put it? You really wouldn't be able to adjust to a guy like that because, yeah, he's a rookie, but he's playing like a 6-year veteran.
Well, they got beat like a drum today because I think freaking my man the former Baltimore Raven quarterback done found his fault in abuse and is leading the Cleveland Brown team, and they look like world beaters right now.
Here's the question. And here's my question I have for you. If the stinking, all I can say is this. If the Browns end up getting to the playoffs and going far with
Flacco.
With Joe Flacco,
with old Flacco, do you think they keep him on the roster even though he was on the side?
No.
Not as a starter, but I'm saying as a backup possibly. We already know Watson is the money man.
No.
Because
why not?
I think they'll bring him back for one more year.
As a backup, Cam, you gotta have a number two. Deshaun Watson hasn't had the cleanest bill of health in the NFL since he's been in.
They probably draft one, but they will probably keep him in a 1 year.
No, they got one. You remember the kid that was at UCLA about a year or two ago?
Right.
They drafted him and he got hurt. So you're looking at a guy like Joe Flacco who's been durable his whole career and a veteran who can sling the ball and can get it to their receivers and their tight ends. It wasn't a fluke that they put their foot between Jacksonville's hip pocket last week. That wasn't a fluke. All they needed was a guy that was going to be able to get that ball out to their playmakers. And Joe Flacco, even though people gave him grief in Baltimore and, the stuff that happened with Lamar Jackson, that man won a Super Bowl with that Ravens defense. And he was pinpoint accurate with throwing the football. People forget how much of a cannon that dude had.
Yeah.
And still has.
Delaware State gone.
Yeah. Not too many come up out of that.
Nah.
But honestly, to answer both of your questions, the reason why I don't think they bring back Flacco is because DTR will be back next season fully healthy. So I don't see them bringing him back because they would have to pay him a decent amount of money to have him sit on the roster as the number 3 quarterback. So with Deshaun and DTR, with DTR coming back fully healthy, I just don't see them keeping him around unless they're willing to pay him. Because if you look at it, if I'm his agent, you see we took him off. Y'all took him off the street, and he's keeping y'all in the thick of things. Y'all gonna have to pay this man. And if you look at that offense, it's moving because of him. He's making David Njoku look like the second coming of
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis at this point. And
that was the name I was about to pull, but you beat me to it.
And that man cooking right now. So he is making David Njoku look like $1 million receiver right now. And I mean, the whole season he's been a disappearing act. With Flacco at the helm, the man has scored 2 touchdowns pretty much every week for the last 4 weeks.
I got him on my fantasy team. Trust
me. Me too.
And here's the thing. Or I'm gonna say this. Y'all say Vernon Davis. I'm gonna tell you who he looks like. And this y'all gonna say, man, that's big shoes to fill. But he looked like a prime Uncle Shay. For those who don't know much about Shannon Sharp in his playing days, all y'all know Uncle Shay is the trash talking sports analyst. For us that are 30 years and above, we know what Uncle Shay looked like in his prime.
He was a monster.
My godfather blew out his knee in Denver, and Uncle Shay got that job. Never looked back. Respecting my godfather, Clarence K. Everybody know about him. Played in 3 Super Bowls with the Broncos. Was a starter and was a beast at University of Georgia. He got hurt. Uncle Shay did not look back because originally Shannon started off as a receiver. He was a tweener. He started off as a receiver, and they couldn't do much with him. When they got him in the tight end in that H-back position, he became a problem. And to me, I feel like this. Kyle Pitts, I'm not saying he's Shannon Sharp because Shay was different. Shay also could block. That's the difference. Shea was a
Mm-hmm.
nasty blocker. But
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, to me, I would say catching the football would be more like I got to give it to him. His hands recently kind of remind me a little bit of Isaac Newsom, and that's hard for me to say.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
reason I say his hands, now Isaac blocked. That's the difference. Isaac blocked
Okay. Okay.
and was in a run type of offense. But if you go back and look at Isaac Newsom and Antonio Gates and guys that were great catchers of the football, you definitely will see shades of that with his hands. You'll see that with his hands.
That's who I was thinking of, Antonio Gates. That's who Njoku is reminding me of right now, because of
Mm-hmm.
the way he's using his body, and he's learning how to use his height. Flacco is teaching him things on the fly, and Njoku is learning how to use his body as an NFL type tight end. So I feel like with Flacco coming in, you have to pay the man something, because you can't pay him a vet's minimum, not after what he's done so far
No,
in the last 4 games.
that's a good point.
But
That's a good
but to
point.
go back, to the original question, I do feel like our Falcons have played with a sense of urgency when it came to Tyler Heineke today. Because when you look at Tyler Heineke, he's a guy who doesn't get the same respect or the same level of snap counts as Desmond Ritter. Everyone knew that Desmond Ritter was Arthur Smith's guy, and he pretty much got treated that way. So when you have a guy like a Tyler Heineke who comes into work every day, keeps his holds his head up, stays out the way, he does his job, and he plugs forward. The guys like Van Jefferson and Fisk and all these other guys, they built a rapport with him. So when he's on the football field, he's going to let it rip. He played with literally no sense of fear today. And I feel like the rest of the team kind of picked up on that, because when you have a quarterback who's going to come in there and let you know what he wants to do, and he does it, now it's kind of like, okay, I want to follow this guy a little bit. I want to follow him because I know he's going to put me in the best position for us to win. And that's what Tyler Heineke came in the game with today. He came in with full command of the offense, and he gave them nothing. He gave them absolutely nothing. I mean, outside of maybe the one iffy throw that he threw to Bijan where Street was right there. Outside of that, no one open, I'm gonna throw it away. No one's
Yeah.
open, I'm gonna
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
No one's open, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
check it down.
Uh-huh.
So he knew where his outs were, and that's the one thing with Desmond Ritter that he didn't learn. He would not throw the ball away. He would not run unless he necessarily had to. So no one ever said we wanted Njoku. I'm just saying that Flacco was making him look good. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Tyler Heineke really stepped up today, and he said, "We're gonna win on my back. Y'all get on my back, and y'all follow my lead." And that's exactly what he did today. He brought a spark to this offense that was missing for a very, very long time.
I agree.
So
That
with
block,
that, yeah, and that, I mean, he threw
he
one hell, even
laid
though he
him
got in
out.
the way,
You
He
got it. I
laid
mean, you
even
got
though
to
he
just
got in the way, he threw one hell of a block, and he let them know, "Hey, I'm here. I'm here. You gonna see me, and you gonna feel me." So, I mean, if Heineke would have gotten the call sooner in the season, I feel like this team could maybe be, further off than where we are now, because now we need help. But I just feel with the command that Tyler has, the composure that Tyler
yeah.
has in certain situations, it helps this team so much more. Yeah, exactly. So, with Tyler being who he is and knowing that he only has so much time in the NFL, he came out today and he played. He reminded me of why I felt we should have got him the year when he was the quarterback when they played Tampa in the playoffs, because he
Kalen.
went toe to toe with Tom Brady with a team that should not have been in the playoffs to begin with. So he showed that fiery competitor spirit today, and he let it all hang loose. And he said, "You know what? I'm gonna just have fun. I'm gonna play carefree, and I'm not going to force anything that's not there. And honestly, I mean, our receiving core is not the best in the NFL. It's not even top 15. But them dudes today was being thrown open in tight windows, tight spots, but he was throwing them open. He wasn't getting them, killed and brutalized. So I just feel like I personally feel like the O line played a lot tougher today. I feel
Yeah.
like our running backs ran a lot harder today. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like our receivers came out today and really played in a way to say, hey, we want this guy to be the starter from here on out. Because
Most definitely.
with him leading the offense,
You gotta
it
fight
just
him.
it looked way more fluid than it has for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And if somehow magically we make it to the playoffs,
We're a dangerous team, man.
it's a dangerous team with
It's
Tyler at the helm.
it's not just danger with that. You also have to look at the fact that we got to use that running game.
Yes.
Take that pressure off of him. The stuff that they did not do heavily with Ritter, they were trying to make Ritter 30, 40 times a game.
Mm-mm.
Don't let your quarterbacks throw 30, 40 times a game if you don't have a quarterback that's going to be able to throw the ball like that, period. You have a three-headed monster in that backfield. You have tight ends just like Jonnu Smith today. Jonnu Smith, if you looked at the big plays that he made today, especially the screenplay that he caught
Yep.
and he took off downfield, that right there was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how you throw a screen. If you notice, Heineke didn't throw it way back. Heineke threw it right on the line and right to Smith and actually take off running. Let that man use his speed. Let him pick up big time gains. Because that was a 3rd and 14 that he picked up 15 yards on.
Yeah.
And we have athletes who can make plays. The question is this: instead of just the athletes that we have making plays and letting them make plays, when are you going to have a consistency with using your athletes?
Mm-hmm.
Because Bijan ain't the only toy that you got in the toy box.
Absolutely.
No
Absolutely.
disrespect to him. He balled out. I'm going to always give people their props. But I have to call a spade a spade. When you use multiple weapons, you see how a defense is thrown off.
Yeah, but to answer, so Nathan, what I'm saying by spark here, right? I'm not saying that he was the engine to the offense there, nothing like that. What I'm saying is, when you have a quarterback that has a understanding of when the clock in his head goes off, he knows when to either throw it away, check it down, or run. That's the spark because he didn't force any bad passes. He didn't have a turnover, and he gained yards using his legs to continue keeping the drive alive. That's
Mm-hmm.
the spark that the team was missing. Because guess what? If that was Desmond Ritter, that would have been a turnover. He would have fumbled or threw an interception. He would have took an unnecessary sack, or he would have ran out of bounds because the man didn't know how to use his legs. So it's not about the scheme that was called today. It's not about the play calling. It's about the understanding and the awareness from the quarterback. The quarterback understood, okay, no one's open. I have a takedown. I'm going to get it to him. Okay, no one's open. I can't get to my takedown. I'm going to run. There's no one open. I can't get to my takedown. I'm going to throw the ball away because I'm going to save it. I'm going to save this drive, and I'm not going to put us in a position where we're playing from behind the 8 ball. We're playing in front of the 8 ball. So that's what I'm saying as far as consistency and the spark that was missing from our quarterback play.
The
That's what
best
he
play of the
added today.
game. No, the best play of the game was this. We were in the red zone. And it's about second or third down. We're in the red zone. Heineke doesn't see anything. And this is when he fakes that handoff and has to throw it away because Van Jefferson is in the area.
Yep.
He throws it away because that pressure was coming on him. He just says, you know what? I'll just throw it away because I don't want to give up the field position.
Yep.
If he yells at me for throwing it away, I'm fine with it. But we got a chance to garner some points. We garnered 3 points out of that drive because of the heads-up thinking and not making that field goal even tougher. That's what you talk about when you say decision making. That's what you talk about when you say a quarterback is able to think on his feet, able to improvise. And when you look at the way that he improvised today, that was beautiful. I'll take that all day. If you throw the ball away, I'm fine with you throwing the ball away, because once you throw that ball away, you still give us a chance to grab points.
Yep.
And a lot of people are going to say, oh, he missed the open 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he missed them. But if you look at it, that play right there put us up by 2 scores. That put us up 16.
Mm-hmm.
Practically gave us the game. That's what that play really did. It really gave us the game. And that was when Koo hit that field goal again in the 4th. He doesn't do that. That gives them a chance to go down and score 8 points.
Yeah. And and a lot of people, and I know some people were upset that he overthrew Bijan in the end zone. But if you honestly look at it, he put the ball where only the receiver could get it. It was either going to be Bijan or it was going out of bounds. And he did what he was taught. If he would have underthrown it, they would have undercut the pass. So I'm not upset that he missed the touchdown or whatever the case is. So like, and I get Tyler's more seasoned versus Ritter, but again, that's what keeps you in this league. That's what makes you a commodity in this league, because of the way that your awareness is set up, the way that you are able to read a defense, the ability to throw your receivers open. And he consistently did that today. So, and I feel honestly like I don't think Desmond Ritter's a bad quarterback. What I think is that he's a young guy with no guidance, because we don't have a quarterback coach in the state of Georgia. So
I don't even think a quarterback coach, and I'll be honest with you, everybody wants to say a quarterback coach, but here's my thing. It's not just the quarterback coach, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
You have a guy that does not have the intangibles mentally that should have been taught to him in high school or in college.
Mm-hmm.
And when I speak on that, it shouldn't. You should already know. If you're in trouble, throw it away. Live to play another down. You teach high school quarterbacks that now.
Yep.
You're teaching high school quarterbacks that now. So the sad part about it is, until we get somebody in here that's going to matriculate these guys, or we bring somebody in here that's smart, it is what it is. Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what the score is right now, Jacksonville is down 13-0.
Yep, they just threw an interception.
Yeah, they're down 13-0, and Tampa has the ball back. So again, we're waiting. We're playing the waiting game right now. We would not be playing the waiting game if we win. But if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. If a frog didn't have wings, he stopped bumping his ass. And it's just the honest to God truth.
I've been drunk a lot lately.
Yeah, we all.
Or I'm gonna quote the great Shannon Sharp, aka Uncle Shay. If a frog had pockets, he'd pack a knife and he'd slit the snake's throat. That's the best way to say it if you want to use an if. So all I'm saying is, I think at this point, we just have to continue to pull for them, need these boys to go ahead and collect these wins, and let the chips fall. Let the chips fall, because we weren't a favorite to win the division anyway.
No,
Tampa Bay was supposed to win the division this year. They picked Tampa. So I'm letting you know now, there were no expectations for the Falcons this year. So for us to be regarded by the media later in the season, that's high praise. To say that we have a good team, the problem is it's the leadership. And that is the issues that we're facing. So what needs to be done, let's root for these boys for the rest of the season. Let's let the chips fall, because hey, stranger things happen at the end of the season. Who's to say we don't slide into the playoffs? If we slide in, hey, everybody's record is 0-0. All that matters is if you show up that day that you're playing. So
the one thing that I would love to have is a winning season, because we ain't had one in 7 years.
You ain't lying. Good God.
Listen, if
Give
we
me a winning season.
I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I want us to get in for a reason, because I either want Dallas or Philly.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, I live here in Philly, and I got to listen to these people mess with me about the Phillies and the Braves still. You know, that That's still a sword. That's still how can I put it? That's still a crawl in my drawers. Serious. That's the best way to describe it. It's still a crawl in my drawers. I got to listen to these folks up here. Trash the Braves. Let the Eagles play the Falcons in the playoffs and let them lose. You ain't shutting me up. We can get put out, but damn it, you ain't shutting me up. And the other team I would say is the Dallas Cowboys, because I got a no good for nothing cousin who's a Cowboy fan. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Sterling. I'm putting your name on it, Sterling. So I got family out here. I don't normally call folks out, but today is one of them days. I got to call him out because he been dogging the Falcons or whatever, saying the pigeons ain't worth a flip. And he born and raised in Atlanta. Yeah, he born and raised in Atlanta and went to Doug High out of all places.
Wow.
And he best friends with old Steven Johnson, Uncle Steve.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got some misguided folks in my family, but it's all good though. You know,
he born at
Grady
Grady.
on the head as an infant, but it's all good. I still love him no matter. And congrats to getting married this weekend, cuz you and your beautiful wife Anita. Congrats. So getting back to these Falcons or whatever, you know, I can't give a Cowboy fan too much praise and go to their head. But getting back to these Falcons next week.
I hate to put it on there, but Richie Grant didn't play too bad today.
I was just about to bring him up.
Richie.
He only had one good. He only had 2 good games. I ain't trying to hear that. He done had multiple times to start. I ain't giving him that. Hell no.
Richie. You can't put some respect on my name to Crick McGee.
Ain't nobody worried about putting nothing on his name. The only thing we gonna put on his name is a foot nest. Oh Lord, you know what? I ain't finna let this. Hold up. I can't let this joke outdo me on my show. We finna bring somebody in, but I got something for him today. Because you ain't finna come on here running my show today, dog. I can't let you show out today. I got something for you today. So y'all go ahead and welcome to the stage Mr. Larry of the Dixon Way. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you coming in. There we go.
What's happening?
Appreciate you.
So,
hey, what's going on, guys?
Going on with your big guy?
Let's go ahead
Got
and
the
talk
dub.
about it, dog. These Falcons squeezed out a win today and did what they were supposed to do, dominating the line of scrimmage.
Mhm.
But now we have a chance right now to still get in, but we're waiting for the Jags to go ahead and do a little something. So hold up. I had to kind of switch it up a little bit. Yeah, I ain't gonna let you just come on my show with a Christmas hat. I got to come with the backdoor Santa shirt. Shout out to the late great Red Fox, man. You know, that's
Hold
my
up,
guy
hold
right
up.
there.
Oh,
Fred
okay,
G.
hold on.
Sanford.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
It's
about to go down. Oh,
I
Matt,
can't wait.
you don't started a war. Yes, you don't
Man,
start.
you can't just come on. Hey, you just can't come in here like that. It's the
Great
BirdCage. It's official, dog.
You want to know what's funny though?
What's happening?
Richie Grant caused the fumble and then turned the man right back to the ball.
He did.
A great play turned into a bad play. That's
Hey,
Richie
man,
Grant
I had to do it like this here. I had a couple of choices today. You know, I
Richie.
went with the old Vic conservative joint. But see, if Arthur Smith would have lost, I'd have had to go ape. I had to go ape on him today. I'd have had to ride out with the Donkey Kong today. I was riding out with the Donkey Kong if Arthur Smith was on one. Okay, so you got Christmas lights.
Yeah,
You know I got my Grinch sign out, my Grinch sign that turns on out here that I had last year.
I got a drink.
Oh, you got my
right
guy.
here.
That's
What you
what's
talking
up.
about? Yeah.
Larry. I actually have that. That's what I was getting ready to talk about. So, all right, great minds think alike.
LOL, Richie can catch fire.
Hey, man.
So Larry, I want to hear your take on this today. Now we laughing and we cutting up or whatever today.
Got to be entertaining.
On the real.
Yeah.
With the Falcons taking the win from a good playoff team, a young
Mike
playoff
Evans
team
going
that we beat
off
today. Do you think that this momentum carries over into Chicago next week? And outside of Chicago, do you really believe that we're going to be in a situation to where if Jacksonville decides to figure out how to play football right now,
no.
Do you think we still have a shot? Because we still got to go to New Orleans and beat them and then beat Chicago in that freezing cold weather.
Now, I see you had that church music coming in when I came in. I appreciate that. And it reminds me of old hymn like, Oh, happy day. When Ritter's gone. When Ritter's gone. Oh, when Ritter's gone. When Ritter's gone. We watch. Hey, man, we might.
No, I
We
like
might.
it. Shoot, hey,
You know what
this
I'm
man
saying?
singing. Look, this man sound
When
like me
Ritter's
singing that.
gone.
He
When
said when
Ritter's
Ritter-
gone.
he said when
I
Ritter-
gotta have your face
Oh,
showing,
here he
dog, with this one.
gone.
I had to
Hey,
take the
man, when
names
Ritter's
down for a
gone.
sec.
Hey, I'm saying though.
He said when Ritter's gone.
Ritter gone right now, so hey, anything's possible. Get like Kevin Garnett. I don't know.
Hey, hold up. Hey, wait a minute. Or we can take it back to the color purple. Speak, Lord. Speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
Speak,
real.
Lord.
For
Speak
real.
to me. Say it like in the color purple. The Lord was
Mhm.
speaking today, boy, when he put Heineke out there.
Hey, man. That might have been the most well-balanced offense and defensive game we've had this season. Koo did miss a kick, but they got a penalty. We got the first down. Technically, he didn't miss a kick today. I did see a couple of throws that were errant. Should have been cookies, but they weren't. So, hey, it didn't happen. But we do got to put that in the notebook, like things to work on. You know what I'm saying? Dominant game by the defense. Shout out to Calais Campbell. Was out there a grown man.
Grown
hold
man.
on. Wait a minute. If you're going to shout out the old man, you know he sound like somebody granddaddy when he talk, like one of them old deacons at the church.
Yeah.
Hey, young fella, I got something for you over there. I got something in that car for you.
Well, he was over there rubbing his feet,
old
ready to
men-
get
one of
back
them old
in. Y'all
deacons
saw
at
him on
the
the
church.
sideline?
Yeah.
Y'all saw him on the sideline? He was like rubbing his
Yeah.
feet, like, I'm ready to get back in. Come on. Come on. He was eating out there, man. And
I
then
like
shout
it.
out to Harrison. Harrison was out there wreaking havoc. And shout out to the secondary. But we didn't really get no sack. It was all coverage sack. So shout out to the secondary that was covering out there, man.
We got 6. Think about it, bro. We got 6 sacks today, Larry. 6.
They always covered
on defense.
They always
So
cover sack.
when we look at that, I'll say this.
Good God.
I'll say this, man. For the defense to do what they did today, 6 sacks in the game.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a game like that in a long time.
Long time.
And I like the fact that this defense showed up, and not just showed up, they showed out. And when we sustain drives, as I spoke on earlier or whatnot, you pretty much see what a fresh defense looks like all game.
Yeah.
And that was our issue. The last couple of weeks, our issue was because the offense kept turning the ball over and they could not sustain drives.
And they were tired. Now we see.
I'm just going to be real, Larry. We beat Carolina. If we beat Carolina last week, we wouldn't be sitting here glued to this Jacksonville Tampa game because it'd be like, all right, all marbles come down to the New Orleans Saints game, pretty much.
Exactly.
That's what it would have been.
Exactly.
But we shot ourselves in the foot.
Now, I got a question for the panel. If we went out, is Arthur Smith brought back?
No.
Yeah. He ain't coming back. He's going to come
Coming
back.
back.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Did you see Arthur Blank on the sideline looking like a mob boss in his red suede jacket? That's the firing jacket.
Yeah, that is the firing jacket.
I was about to mention that, but you took that one right there, Larry. Larry, we can barely see your face, man. You got to move that up some.
Oh,
we
okay,
see
my bad.
We see your sign, big dog. We want to see Mr. Larry, the host. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that was the firing
we want
jacket.
the guests to be able to see. Look, if you got warrants or whatever, you go ahead and put that back up. But if you ain't got no warrants,
be like that dude on Home Improvement. Just see the eyes and stuff.
You talking about the neighbor?
Yeah, the neighbor.
You talking about the neighbor in Home Improvement? If you remember that show.
Yeah.
But Larry, I'll say this, man. Now, we talked about this last week because you even mentioned this last week too, bro. The consistency with the running game has to stay because if you look, when we kept feeding the hot hand, he didn't just take a guy out. He let the guys eat for a little bit, then he'd take them out for a breather, then rotate. I think that is how we should have been rolling all season with that 3-headed monster the way that he did. Because Tyler Algier, that dude there, he was fresh the whole game, and he literally looked exactly like a William Andrews clone.
Yeah, he was.
Only difference is he light skinned. That's the only difference.
Yeah, a lot of light skinned brothers, to be honest.
Man, bro, they went to the El DeBarge family cell to get these boys. What you talking about?
Not El DeBarge.
They really did.
It's time will reveal, just like the song say.
Yep. That red velvet coat suit. Yeah, man, that red velvet suit is the firing suit. All
Hey,
black tie, gray vest. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
he meant
He was
business
ready.
today. He was ready.
He said, "Okay, I'll put this coat back up for another day."
hey, what you say? Hey, what you say? He was singing, "Ooh, and I like it. I'm gonna take this red jacket off for you one time."
He definitely was, man. But yeah, he was down there a little bit earlier, like at the start of the fourth quarter. He was down
Yeah.
there. So, but the team played like they had the coach. I mean, excuse me, the owner on the sideline evaluating everybody. That's how they played. They played with a desperation that this team should have played with 5 games ago,
Fact.
to be honest. So I like to see that. Regardless if we win out or lose, I think Arthur Smith should be fired. But if he wins out, he's going to get a chance to draft his own quarterback, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna take. Hold on. He ain't gonna take no quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to take Marvin Harrison.
Boy,
I'm just go. Hey, hey, hold up. You know what? See, you got.
Oh, he
me
going to
like-
take, no. He going to take Brock Bowers. That's what he going to do.
You
man,
got me. Look, you about to get me to go in my color purple mode. The daddy at the table. Pop.
Man.
nah, you better not.
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
I ain't
Y'all
gonna
know
do it.
who we gonna
I'm
draft?
hold off. I'm gonna hold off on the old man. You know how the old man was. Hey boy, you let her cuss you out at your own dinner table. How you let her do that, boy?
God, I hate that.
Hey, somebody need to go tell Ritter he show is ugly.
Yeah.
That's what
man.
you need to go ahead and tell him one good time.
He did look pitiful on the sideline today. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
he
lie to you.
did. It was just, it's like, dog, be root for the guys like you did earlier when you knew that you was gonna come back in. Be that same dude. Because
Yeah,
he was
after the
moping
first
on the
quarter, he went
sideline and
from
y'all didn't pay attention to it.
after the first
yeah,
quarter,
he
he
was.
went from laughing and joking to looking downright pitiful.
Yeah,
Because he
right.
know his job is gone now. Taylor
Yeah.
Heineken done took it from him.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gone.
let's go.
He gone.
But
Taylor
again,
Heineken beat a
I don't think
quality
he's the
team
solution.
today.
I don't
Think
think
about
he's the solution, to be honest. I just think that Taylor had a good game against a team that came in here and sleptwalked. They probably was at Magic City last night, and we took advantage of it. So good for us. Great, great play calling by Arthur Smith. I seen a couple of things that was designed right, but Heineke just couldn't get it there sometimes. So no, he's not the answer, guys. I appreciate him doing well. It's better than Ritter. But again, we still don't have a franchise quarterback on this team.
True.
I know a lot of people want to get a pass rusher. I do too. But I seen our defense today do good without a dominant pass rusher. I mean, we need a franchise quarterback. We got to stop.
Larry, we don't need to draft a pass rusher. You know why? And I
Why?
said this a little while ago before you came on.
What's up?
You take Trey Anderson from that linebacker spot. He is not a linebacker. Take him
No,
from
he's
that
not.
spot. Guess
He's
what?
not.
When you put him on the edge, he is a problem with that speed, the aggressiveness. He's your edge rusher. He's that
Okay.
guy that you can put there instead of drafting him, and you can go get a quarterback. You can go get one now.
I can roll with that, but again, I look at. I mean, you got more faith in Troy Anderson than me.
And no, but here's the thing:
Oh,
you got
man,
Zach Harrison off the other side with Troy Anderson. That's why
Okay.
I said I can trust that.
All right.
Zach Harrison then showed up. The problem is he didn't get enough snaps already this year.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And the thing was this: I called Zach Harrison, and I know you probably would have laughed at me at the beginning of the season because I got it on tape. I said Zach Harrison is pretty much another Javon Curse type of player. Same size, same speed, same
the
build, and
attributes.
same
Okay,
disruptor.
attributes. Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
if
not
he got
saying
that
that he's
giddy up.
exactly like him.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
saying.
The freak,
Yeah.
hold up, the freak was just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. He ain't got no giddy up like that, but I like his measurables. Okay, I agree with you on that.
He run a 4.4, dog, just like the freak did. He runs a
Man,
4.4, and he is
you
at
gotta-
260. He's around 265 and a biscuit away from 270, running a 4.4.
I don't know, man. Those football instincts, the shed blockers. I don't see it from Harrison, but I like what he did today. Hopefully, he can improve that. But he was going against a rookie in Freeman. in Freeland, excuse me,
Okay.
Freeland.
I make
And
it
I
easy
had a
for you.
dual stream, and the guy that he was a Colts fan, Rising Rhino, shout out to him. He said, yeah, the rookie been struggling all game. So, yeah, that was a good performance, but it's who you're going against, basically. It's just like someone going up against McGarry. You're gonna look like all world going against McGarry because he's a turnstile. You feel me?
But
Hit
even but hold
reversal.
up, but
Man, that was a good
but
one.
even last week with a game that we should have won. Last week that we should have won. And Carolina, he like I said, he made his presence known in that game too.
Okay, that is true. All right, I give
And
you
then in the week before, no, I'm just making sure that if
Point
I'm
it
gonna
out.
say something, I'm gonna have a little evidence for you so
got
you
you.
can go off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Because we
I got
gotta have like, look, if we gonna paint a narrative, we gotta have a narrative to stick to the ribs like these candy canes sticking to the wall right here behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
So all I'm saying is this: I think if he would have had more snaps earlier this year, Larry, and this is just me because I spoke on it, I think he would have been able to get acclimated to the speed of the game and then the system that we run. And I think he would have been able to be more of that pass rusher that we needed, as well as somebody that could have been a good run stopper because he doesn't miss many tackles.
No.
No,
He don't miss many tackles. And that was a problem for us the year before that and the year prior to that, and also in the Dan Quinn era. If you look at that, we finally got guys that are becoming more fundamentally sound, and it's not because of Ryan Nielsen. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's because of Jerry Gray. You got an old school coach teaching these guys intangibles.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Told you, he was the best hire we had.
We had a viewer who asked a question about that last timeout in the second quarter. That wasn't on Arthur Smith. That was on Heineke.
It was.
Heineke messed that up. That wasn't on Arthur Smith, and that's why Arthur Smith was talking to him prior to walking into the tunnel. That was all Heineke. He didn't pay attention to the clock, so that wasn't on Arthur Smith. Usually, I would love to throw Arthur Smith under the bus at this point, but it wasn't on him.
I raise my hand, Your Honor. Can I cross-examine the witness, please?
Oh, go ahead. We got a charge.
When they went to the sideline, you could clearly see Heineke said, I could not hear the play. What's the next play? He was like, I couldn't hear it. Okay. Arthur Smith was like, and then Arthur Smith passed the blame to Ragone and walked away.
Of course.
That's what happened.
Sit there and put that blame on
even though he always got the play sheet like this over his mouth.
We're going to the scapegoat. Got it.
But here's the thing: we already know Ragone ain't gonna be back here next year.
Oh,
we already know that he's cut.
Yeah. First of all, when we got up there, we wasted about 10 seconds because we didn't call the timeout initially. We spiked the ball in those type of situations, 2-minute drill. You're supposed to have a script of plays that you're supposed to do. So what happened to the script?
There wasn't one.
Who's that on? The offensive coordinator. And who's the offensive coordinator right now?
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Good.
Court is adjourned.
He don't get off like that. He don't get off like that. Nah.
The Bird, listen.
Hey, bringing the bus. Bringing the bus. Arthur Smith about to get hit with it.
Let's say this here. Well, since the prosecutor and the defendants have brought their cases to the honorable judge historian in the BirdCage court of law, that I have to award that one to the prosecutor, Larry of the Dixon way. So, without further ado, we find Arthur Smith in contempt and guilty.
Yeah.
Trash. Trash.
Larry, see, you come up in here, you see we already at the fool up in here.
Yeah.
It's just gonna get worse. Look, it just gets worse when he comes in here. This is like an extended. Listen, this is a new extended family member that we have. This is the long lost cousin that we ain't seen in about 25 years, and he at the table. Like, you know what? We might as well start calling you Cutting Petey, like in Poetic Justice.
Cutting Petey.
Not Cutting Petey.
Hey, let me get a plate to go.
No.
Well, it look like we ain't winning the division. It's 20-0.
He slide, but here's the thing: he slide up in here just like Cutting Petey with that plate of barbecue. He slid it in here, he slide right on out. That's
they
why.
make
That's why we saying it, dog. You come in here with the fact, you slide in and slide out. We love how you do it, bro.
I appreciate y'all letting me in here talk my talk.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Arthur Smith. Outside of that, I'll get Arthur Smith a good B- on this game.
that's fair.
Execution wise, or pretty much what I saw. Outside of that, at the end of the game, 2-minute drive, there was no script. It was obvious because Heineke should have had 2 plays in his head
Mhm.
if something happened like that. When you come up to the line, you spike it. You got 2 plays in your head. You should. I mean, I don't know. What I know, I'm sitting on the couch.
Nah, you called it right. Here's my thing. Why didn't they go? If you're gonna do something like that, here's my thing. You're that close to the end zone. You had success. Jonnu Smith was out on the field. Guess what? The play that he got the 15 yards on that first down, go back to that screenplay. If you miss it, guess what? It's a dead ball, and you pretty much have time on the clock still. That is what you have. So for me, I'm like, why not use him? Your tight ends was killing it today. And then shout out to Tucker Fisk today in that fullback role.
Yeah.
Shout out to him today.
Definitely,
he
he was leading
stepped
the
up.
road. Yeah.
He literally came through just being clutch, man. Clutch is our boy K Dub. You know what I'm saying? That's how clutch he was today coming through. On short notice, coming in, for Keith Smith being hurt. And I'm in no disrespect to Keith Smith, but bruh, you might have to be on walking papers after the day. Because this dude here,
I was just about to ask that question.
This dude right
Let
here,
me come back.
not only does he catch passes pretty well, he can block.
Yeah, he was blocking his butt off, man.
Yeah, he was.
And think about it. It was a play where Bijan had where he cut back and picked up a first down where it was nothing there. If you look back at it, Hesse was right there making that cut block. He made a beautiful cut block to open that up for Bijan to pick up that first down. He's a guy that understands the blocking scheme. Now that we use a fullback, here's the thing. You got a dual threat weapon in him. He can catch and he can block. And he can run the ball. He's shown, last week and the week before that when they gave him a bone. But what do I know? I'm just sitting here with candy canes in the back, with mistletoes in the back, and an ornament behind me, dog. I'm just a blowhard, is what they would say.
I make the rest of it.
Hey, but Fisk is that. I'm saying this here. I'm seeing stuff for next year. If you're gonna run an offense with a fullback, Fisk is gonna be your guy.
He got to be.
Fisk got to be your guy. You gotta let Keith Smith walk. You gotta let Keith Beef walk.
How long Keith Beef been with the team?
Keith Beef has been with the team since what's your boy's name? Since Dan Quinn was here. He came around the end of the Dan Quinn era.
Oh, okay.
So he's been here for a minute. He was in the NFL already playing elsewhere before he came here. So for me, I feel like he got to go.
Because if you look at Fisk and the difference between Fisk and Smith, when it comes to pass blocking, Fisk, he actually holds his blocks. Keith Smith get ran through.
That's an understatement. That's an understatement. I've seen Keith Smith that's bigger than linebackers get literally bulldozed by some linebackers smaller than him. And that is a problem. But other than that, gentlemen, we enjoyed the win today. Not mad at it at all.
No, we're not.
Here's the best part of it. We got Christmas tomorrow, or Christmas, as most folk will say. The Falcons won today. Unfortunately, the Hawks pissed me off last night, but I ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole
John Morant.
story.
Hey, John Morant on the mission.
We gonna enjoy the fact that the Falcons still got a slim shot to get into the playoffs. And anything can happen, but Jacksonville right now deciding to lay an egg right now.
You're making Baker Mayfield look like he winning the Heisman again.
Well, they down 20-0. So I'm gonna be honest with you. As bad as Jacksonville has played, I don't believe Jacksonville's gonna beat them. So it's literally might put the nail in our coffin now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they got Carolina next game. This was our only hope to try to, them lose this game and then them lose their last game.
I don't know, man.
Like
Carolina put up.
Carolina got beat by Green Bay today.
They put up 30 though.
But who hadn't put up 30 on that damn Green Bay defense? We put up 30
Yeah,
on.
we came back and beat them, man.
Thank
It's
you.
just
That
the fact
defense
that
ain't
We're
been
ready.
right since Jerry. Look, that defense ain't been right since Jerry Gray left, and that was last year. That defense wouldn't have gave up 30 points with him on that defense helping them out.
you're right.
Yeah.
But far and foremost, like I said, it sucks. Chicago's beating Arizona right now, 21-7. But Jacksonville, it's just like it is what it is, man.
Fumble Tampa Bay with the ball. I'm stopped watching this game.
Well, ladies and
kiss the baby
gentlemen,
on
it
them.
is what it is.
Damn.
We can only hope that Tampa loses their last 2 games, and that helps us out. But if
They're
they
not
win
losing
today,
against Carolina.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're not losing to Carolina, bro. They're not losing to Carolina.
They're not losing to Carolina, man.
Hey, you know what?
Only
They said,
do
wait
stuff
a minute,
like that.
Larry. We weren't supposed to lose to Carolina.
Yeah,
No.
we do stuff like that, unfortunately.
It's what we do.
Tampa does too, so I'm not putting it past them.
Arthur Smith is fired, y'all.
No, if he
Hey, you
wins
might
last
get your-
3 games, I think he's gonna.
You might get your Christmas wish after all, sir.
I hope
He
so.
gone. He
Yeah,
out of there.
Christmas.
Hey, I gotta talk to old back. I gotta talk to the spirit of Backdoor Santa. I gotta talk to Red Fox or whatever, and see if he can go ahead and bring his ghost back or something like that. Get a seance going around here to help these Falcons.
I need some ripple. I need some ripple.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got the ripple in there, and I got the cream soda in there for the mixing and make that sham pipple. You know what's up.
Not
My-
the
Yeah,
same.
I still
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
beat
yeah.
the Aints though, regardless. Got to beat
Yeah.
the Aints.
If
We
we
got
beat
to.
the Aints, my season regardless
Sweep
will be
them?
good.
Oh yeah, sweep them. Yeah.
It'd be the first
Well,
time we
Nothing
have
like that.
8 wins in like what 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah,
Seven
well,
years.
unfortunately, 8 wins isn't
It ain't
500
great.
anymore.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
500 anymore. It's still
Nah.
under 500. So, yeah.
So what we gonna do now? Because the party line has been exceptional today. We went for an hour and a half. We had some folks that was supposed to come through today, but they had some other obligations, and it's all good. We definitely appreciate everybody who came through. I got K Dub that came through. I got Avery. Hey, Avery, get better, man. Seriously. You in the
Get welcome.
Avery's in the hospital. He literally
man, get
called
better.
into the show in the hospital
Hospital.
with the oxygen tank in his nose.
Oh
bro.
my goodness, man.
He
Get
a
better,
dedicated
bro.
bro.
That's
He
dedication
a
right there.
dedicated
Hey,
Falcon
honestly,
fan, dog.
Will,
A
get better, bro.
dedicated Falcon
Seriously.
fan.
Get
Get
ready.
better.
Yeah, get better, my
Get
guy.
better,
Real,
brother.
real. Prayers in
Get
the
better,
chat.
my boy Avery.
Yeah,
But
prayers in the chat
again,
for Avery.
we appreciate our country cousin Larry of the Dixon Way. He covers all sports
Appreciate
from the
that.
Falcons, the Braves, the Dogs, the Hawks. He does it all. And he also comes in here and bring barbecue like God beat it. You know how we get down, baby. You either get
Yes,
right or
sir.
you get left. It's the BirdCage, dog.
Happy
Let's
holidays,
get up out of
everybody.
here and enjoy this
Salute.
dog, man. See y'all Thursday. This coming up when we talk about these Bears. Well, I'm not even gonna call them Bears. They ain't nothing but Cubbies to me because
Yeah.
they bad. The Cubbies versus the Dirty Birds. We out of here, y'all. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Deuces.
Much love. BirdCage,
Yes,
we
sir.
out.
Yes, sir.